study about different features of Java from JShell to factory method and optional class, seed classes. So let's start. So we have created a new package called Java features, and here we have the streams concept. That's just the name of the class. So what we are doing is we're starting street, and for example this of this returns a new stream. Okay, so stream of 1 2 3 4 5. Here we are putting a filter method dot filter e is anything, any parameter, and then we are passing e, and this condition is being satisfied, e percent to equal to 0. So all the methods, all the elements would be filtered out here, and then we are using a for each loop, and then we are printing out these values, okay, using the stream. Again we are trying the same thing, filtering, trying to doing 7, and then we see that the values get printed here. 2 4 6 is the answer of this one, and then 21 28 35, these values are getting filtered. 21 28 35, so also 42. Okay, since they are all divisible by 7, so yeah, no remainder is there. So yeah, so you can filter out all the elements, and then for each f system print f. Okay, you can do like that. So after that stream of here, you're using strings. So there are two strings dot of method hello world, two key values, then dot map e we are passing, and e plus world. So what it will do is let's see, then for each system dot out and println, so this has to be written like this. Okay, so this will print all the both the elements, and will add world to both them. See, hello world, world. Okay, it added world to both key and value. Now we have a array, and when we try to print this, we'll get an error. Okay, we'll get an error. Yeah, we'll get a null pointer exception basically, because there's no element over the second we have not defined, initialized it. So here we are initializing it. So we're using the optional class, so it was got added in JDK 8. So optional is null, is a variable name, and then optional dot of nullable, whatever the point, whatever the string you're passing. Okay, so then if is null is present, if it would be present, then the values would be printed, else value is not available would be printed. So here I'll try to do this, value is not there, so s2 is nothing, but this is s2 is 0, so it should ideally print value is not available. So let's see what it prints. So it printed value is not available. Now if I put in this value, and so this s2 is available, so is present is true, so this will go here, so it will print both the value and the length of it. Prashant and you got printed because this and this is the length. Okay, so there's another way, is nullable if present, print the length of it. So this value is variable is added here, and if present, do like this, or you can do it this way using a loop or something. Okay, both will give the same output. As you can see, it got printed here for this one. And then optional string nothing is equal to optional on empty. We are creating an empty optional class. We are assigning it nothing, and nothing if present will give a value is present. Since it is empty, so this would not get output, anything output will not come. Okay, then we have a JShell. This came in JDK 9, and if you want to write on terminal for Python and JavaScript, it is possible to write on terminal. It was not initially before Java 8. So this got implemented in Java JDK 9, and we have to use this command JDK -enable preview, and we can see that here, like I've done JShell enable preview, and then int x is equal to 10. It gave me output of this. Then I gave x plus 30, the 40 came, x percent 2, 0 came because x is 10. So then I gave x percent force, 2 came because 2 would be remainder. So initially this can be done like this. Then we have factory method. Okay, so arrays we used to define like this: arrays dot as list, and then we assign it to this list interface. It's an interface, yeah, it's an interface. So list string lang is equal to list of, now we've created a string list. Okay, and then list dot stream for each. Okay, list dot stream, this is the list method dot stream, and then for each for this would be this is it for each loop, and then we're printing out the value of e. Okay, and then lang dot stream for each e string dot e. Okay, we're printing out the values. So this is how we can, basically, if you want to create an array and print out all the elements, so this can be one way of doing it. Okay, so var keyword got introduced, so we know that we have to do this int and string, we have to put the data type. So in JDK 10 what got introduced was key, you can put var in this instead of putting int and string. So here we are seeing that we put a var here, and then we are assigning it to the variable, assigning this p of variable type by giving it parrot. So it automatically detects like whether it is a string or okay. So this can be done, and then again for creating a new hash set object as well. Okay, so hash set. Okay, so this is hash set class, and then we're adding this new value to this, and then we're trying to print it, so it gets printed here. You can see it here, what got printed. Okay, and then var pp, again we are creating an integer list, adding a value over here, and then here also we gave var instead of, otherwise we would have written array list. Okay, so that is there. So now new switch case came in, way of fitting a new switch case came. So this was the old switch case where we used to give string to this and then switch, and we used to give the whatever the value is there, like chrome. So okay, chrome would be printed, boy, and break statements used to be there, and there was default statements as well. So this has changed in JDK 12. What has new switch case has come, where we are giving this, assigning it to var m is equal to switch n. So we are creating these kind of cases: case 1 equal to this, case 2 equal to this, case 3, case 4, and then we are printing out those values. Okay, through this. So this is more clean work. So if we're trying to print m, so it gives us here we have given 9, so it gives us case not found because it was not there. If I would have put 3 here, it would have given me 3. Okay, so then there's multi-line string support as well, like JSON and XML is there, and in this escape characters, just to find the escape characters. So we use these statements to handle those. So what has happened in we can see that this is a JSON value, and then we are quoting it in 3 quotes, and still when you're printing the response, it gives us the whole JSON and not the quotes. Okay, that is another thing. And now JDK 14, what came was data classes. Record keyword automatically getter and setter will be set in this. So instead of creating a new class, we can just create a record, and it has automatic constructor, so don't need to define constructors as well. So here I've created a record class. Here public class, you need to just create a new class, and then here public class would be written. I remove that and put a record over here, and then you can add in all the variables like parameters. So employees new, and we have passed these all values, and this can be printed. Like this can be accessed, even dot age would be 30, so this got accessed over here. And in JDK 14 this also came, the instance of method. Okay, what it used to do was we can give an object ob. So object is like the class, like root class. Okay, so this is super class is equal to new string, and then we pass in the string ob.instance of is a keyword, and then we put in string, and then we want to, for example, if we want to print this string value ob instance, so whatever the length would be, here you used to typecast it because directly method would not come. ob.length is no method is there, so you have to typecast into this and then put in the length method, then it would work. Okay, now what has come is in JDK 14 this has changed. So what we can do is ob1, like you have defined here Naveen, and then ob1 Naveen instance of string, and you add this one mystr and system.out and println, and then you add this column, and this will print the length of this. So initially this also printing 6, now this also. So here you don't need to typecast it. Okay, and the sealed classes are there in JDK 15, which means that we have the sealed classes here. In Gesture we are trying to explain this, that we're creating an interface. Okay, so sealed classes cannot be accessed by the classes that are not implementing them. So here we have created a public sealed interface bank, okay, which permits HSBC and ICICI Bank to access the getName function. Okay, so then we create HSBC Bank and then return the string. We define the string method which overrides it. Okay, we have to like implement. We have to declare like whatever the things are there in that implementation has to be written. So public string get, we do it, and then say okay, public, so it had to be made public, so it was made public. Okay, in the interface, so public final class, and this HSBC Bank was implementing bank interface, so we defined a method over there which overrides the bank method defined over there. And ICICI Bank also, we created a new method called ICICI this getName method. So public final class HDFC. Now we create a third method, but it does not, it implements the bank interface, but it does not have access. See, commits. So ideally it should give us an error. So when we try to access it, see, implement bank interface. When we wrote implement, the class is not allowed to extend sealed class. Bank class, final class HDFC implements bank. Okay, is not allowed to extend sealed class. So since it was sealed class, okay, sealed interface bank commits. Okay, so since it was sealed interface, so that's why this new class was not able to access it. So that's it from this side. These are all the features that are covered in JDK 9, JDK 8 to 15. So yeah.